The A's finally broke ground in Vegas, and they didn't invite former Athletic Trevor May. Trevor, your thoughts on them finally breaking ground with this photo that honestly looks photoshopped? I know it's not, but it does.
I mean, who knows what's real anymore? You know what I mean? Yeah, I love a good John Fisher photo, especially when he doesn't have his eyes open, and they chose that one to post because I'm sure they all had their eyes closed in them. But that said, my jab thrown. I'm glad that it's actually happening, or at least on paper it's happening, because I know a lot of the stuff in the background there is positioned that way for show, and they're not actually doing anything with their golden shovels. Come on. I do think it's a net positive, and at the end of the day, we know what Sacramento's like, and that can't be long term. It simply cannot. It's already kind of long term. If that's going to be our pivot plan, we got to avoid that one like the plague. We cannot play well, at least on that field. So this is a step in the right direction, and you just have to deal with John Fisher being around, and I think that has something to do with me not being invited. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. I have a question for you here, Trevor. Okay, Dave Stewart, right? Dave Stewart is Mr. Oakland. Isn't he from Oakland?
Yep.
Born and bred. Raleigh Fingers played in Oakland. Dallas Braden from Stockton, Mr. Oakland. They're all there like, hey, we're so happy they're going to Vegas. Where's all the vitriol that we used to see where they were all mad about them leaving Oakland in the Bay Area? Now they're just like, oh, they're writing me a paycheck, so we're happy that they're going to Vegas? Is that how it works?
Unfortunately, the having a job is a big part of it, and there's a lot of that. Those two guys specifically have pretty prominent roles, in the media side of that team, and if you are representing the team as the media, there is a certain level of swallow. Just put all that to the side and just try to cover the guys that are out there, because it's weird. When I was there, it was pretty clear. Everyone knows what's up, and everyone knows that they don't have the best taste in their mouth on how things are handled or whether or not they can trust the person that's writing their paychecks at the end of the day. But you look around and everyone's kind of in that same boat, just like, hey, jobs are, I've heard that specifically, jobs are hard to come by. Don't step on toes. That's popular everywhere. It's just one of those, like, is it worth it to be a martyr here? Like, if me saying anything going to pile on and really make it real and anything change? Which I know that's not the best way to approach things all the time, but I also can't blame anybody from taking that I think that stance and just trying to navigate the waters as best they can with the power that they have to affect anything at all. And we talk about baseball all the time. At the end of the day, the owners do what the owners want to do. Like, nobody can, like, at the end of if they decide, there's very little anyone could do about anything. And so it's easy for a guy who just like me, who's just walked out the door and then started yelling over his shoulder, right? But I could have done stuff when I was there. But it was one of those things, like, what effect does that have? And I think that knowing Dallas and knowing Dave Stewart, that I just can't blame them or get too mad at them for if you say no to that situation, how does that look? It's like one of those things, like, I painted into a corner here, and I'm gonna be around the boss, so I gotta fake it till you make it. That's just how the world works.
I mean, CC Sabathia's from that area. He could speak up about what's gone on, right? Isn't he from the Oakland area?
Yeah, but he's not. He's employed by the commissioner.
Right. So
Jimmy Rollins, same thing. Jimmy Rollins.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they can't be critical, or they won't be. Yeah, they won't be asked if they're like, they just won't be included, and that's just. I think it's important for them as ex-players to be included and have a seat at the table and a voice. And sometimes you have to just, like, let some stuff go by so you can stay included. I think this is just. It's just how politics works, guys. I think that's just.
You're right.
This is how it works, and you have to pick and choose your spots. And you can criticize the spots, but you got to keep that in mind. And is it more valuable to have you in the room? In most cases, I'd say yes.
There's current players that could say more, ones that are on other teams that we know are never going to end up there, that are in long-term contracts. I've always been curious about this one. I mean, obviously the union can say more too about what's gone on, but to me, I mean, part of it is like, okay, they're telling you how they feel. I mean, they clearly, wanted to see a change, and they're not that invested in moving to Vegas. Like I'm saying, they're not that invested in leaving Oakland really and moving to Vegas. Most of the players, Trevor. I mean, otherwise you would have heard from some of the big names in the sport speaking out about it, or the union side. There hasn't been a lot of pushback on that front.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Like you've heard no one gung ho for the solution that is being, put out there, because I think at the end of the day, they're just not convinced anything like day to day or operationally is going to change, because the same people are making decisions. It doesn't matter if there's a new park there. It doesn't matter if you're in a new state that's way hotter. Like it's just the decisions are still going to be made the way they've always been made, unless you see something else happen. You're not going to know till you're there. But if you go by the last, 20 years, you're gonna be like, yeah, he's probably going to keep doing the same stuff. And it's going to be the same thing. So what's the point of going through all this work to move and change and have us have to deal with all this stuff if nothing's actually going to change for us? At the end of the day, we're still going to have to go out there and grind and win despite certain circumstances.
I think some people are just crossing their fingers, hoping that this gets settled eventually, get the team out of a minor league park, get them into Vegas, and hopefully the owner then cashes in on the franchise value going up, which is what he did, John Fisher, just now with the San Jose Earthquakes. Is that the name of the team that he just sold for a whole bunch of money and made like $1 billion on his return?
Didn't they win like 4 games the whole time he owned the team or something?
Dude, the expansion fee I think was like 20 million, and don't quote me on this. We can correct it later to get the exacts. And I think he sold it for like 600 million, something like that. So he did pretty good on getting in on that investment.
Man,
I'll give you the exacts.
That easy, boys.
It's that easy. So you want to buy a team? Oh, but they're not profitable. Kratz, real talk. I do not carry cash around me, but what I do carry around on my phone is Cash App.
Easy peasy. Like I said before, anytime Scott can pay for the tab, that is good. And it's always right there. Fast, easy, always available.
Yeah. Oh, my credit card's not working, or oh, I didn't bring cash with me. There's no more alligator arms. Do you have your phone? Most people have their phone. So use Cash App. It's secure and safe. There's no waiting around. It is a super, super easy sign-up process. You can sign up quicker than you can listen to Kratz and I talk about Cash App. For a limited time only for the FT fam, new Cash App users can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash. For real, no catch. Just download Cash App and sign up. Use our exclusive referral code TERRITORY in your profile. Send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10 dropped right into your account. Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.